and call you back. So according to him, he ran downstairs and took off some new piece he already put on and then left and put the old piece back on. So mind you, he charged me $200 to half fix it. It still was no heat, and he still had to order like 3 or 4 more parts to properly fix it, which is gonna be like $700-800. So that's when I got American Home Shield. It's a home warranty program. I had American Home Shield for about a year, and they charge you different rates. I mean, it goes from like $70-80 a month to like $150-200 a month, depending on how big your house is, how old your house is, how many problems it is. You know, if it's a 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, or 4 unit, or more than 4 units, and all this and that. So they have different programs. You can get it for they fix your appliances, your refrigerators, they fix your water and pipes, they fix your electrical wiring, the toilets, the wiring, the pipes, the appliances. They fix my refrigerator in DC. They fix my sink in DC at my parents' house. And I basically called them because I wasn't going to spend $1 billion. So I basically had to get some money. So like a month later, when I got the money, I called American Home Shield. And they sent out the heating guy, and he's like, oh, he basically was there for like an hour vacuuming everything. He said, well, actually, it was nothing wrong for you. You didn't need this piece or that piece, or you didn't need 1.21 gigawatts of cubes and power. You just needed to have a thorough cleaning. It's an old system that needs to be thoroughly cleaned. She has about 50 cats, so, you know, cat fur and everything. So he said it has to be thoroughly cleaned and vacuumed. So he basically just thoroughly cleaned and vacuumed and dusted the whole entire furnace and oiled it and, you know, did a tune-up, and it worked fine. And it didn't need all these gigawatt switches and all these things, you know, light box and black boxes and red boxes. And so I probably would just call American Home Shield to fix that tub because, to be honest, I called them back to fix this under the sink, and then I just noticed as I came out the shower, which is the reason why I'm making this rant, and noticed that, the bathtub is dripping again. I mean, and it was dripping a hell of a lot when I called the plumber because it was an emergency. I'm like, look, you need to come out now because the gorilla in the mist did something to it. But that's when the guy named Noel came out, and he replaced that, left me with this pole to go get a new faucet from Delta, and we put the plastic duct tape and the new PCV and all that stuff. However, less than 3 weeks later, this is dripping a lot, and now that's dripping. So, I mean, far as I know, I'll call him back to finish this hash job, and I think I just call American Home Shield to send their plumber to properly fix the other job, because they probably can do the same thing. It's $150 a month for the insurance, for the premium, and then every time you make a service call, it's like $75, because that's the program I have. So if I have to call them to fix my sink, that's $75. The lights, to fix that is $75. I have to fix the stove or the refrigerator, $75. So every time they come out, it's $75. But with the $75, they come out to fix. They're supposed to, like, say, if they're coming out to fix your faucet that's dripping, and they fix it, and you pay $75, and 2 weeks later it's dripping again, they have to come out and fix it for free. You have a whole 30 days for them to fix it and refix it and refix it till they get it right, and you don't have to pay again. And it should, obviously it should be able to get fixed with less than 30 days. And if they can't fix it, they have to replace it. So, like, if they can't fix the furnace or the stove, then they have to replace it with the, equal value or something, So you're not going to get a brand new state-of-the-art stainless steel stove, for like a kitchen, in a commercial kitchen, where you basically just had a cheap-ass stove from like 1978. But they will replace your stuff. If they can't fix it, they'll replace, and they give you 30 days. You pay $75, and if they can't get it right, he has to keep coming back. Now, I'm sure there's ways that he can come and say, well, I came out here to fix this knob the first time. I'm fixing the string over here, so that's another $75. And this time I'm fixing this light bulb. So he have all types of excuses. But basically, I have really no complaints about the service calls. I know one time I think the guy came out, because I called, somehow they had 2 service calls for the same thing, because I called them, I guess, a bunch of times. And the 2 guys came out like the hour apart, and he was like, oh, you already got this call? All right, but you still owe me $75 because you didn't cancel my call. You had somebody show up an hour before me. You should have canceled it. Since you didn't, you owe me $75. So I didn't. That was kind of whatever. But then I guess you could say that was my fault for calling too many times and panicking. And then I don't know. And I think one time a guy came out to fix in Maryland, my parents, the drain, when you floor drain in the basement, the floor drain to go out into the field or whatever that goes out your basement, whatever you call it, and storm drain or whatever the hell you call it. and it kept backing up and clogging. He said, your best bet is just to cement it in. And I'm thinking, really? So what happens if there's a flood in my basement? He said the same thing that happens if there's a flood in your kitchen or bathroom. You mop it up, which I thought, I purposely like the floor drain, because the storm drain, you could pour it in there, especially if it's a basement. So I don't want to, but basically he just said, oh, there could be roots and that's too much. I can't fix it, and put cement in and plug it up, and it's $75 for that. And I'm like, really? You didn't fix anything? All you did is look at it and say it's not even worth it, and you charge me $75 to do nothing? So I didn't like that one either, but I guess you could get that anyway. I guess I should have had an estimate or something, but most of the time, like if it's a refrigerator or a stove or a plumbing issue, or the light switch isn't working, the wire, something weird, they fix it. Like I need to call in for my light switch, the front light switch here, this junky ass canteen lantern. I think these are just facade. These are just facades, but this, it's kind of hard to see this damn thing because you gotta look. But this light switch hasn't worked for about a year. It's like a fake me out oil lantern. And this light switch is supposed to work here, but as you see, it doesn't work at all. You turn it on and off, nothing works. So technically, I need to have them call for this one. But that's kind of like down the line. But anyway, this is my rant, and hopefully, for the resolve, I guess I'll just basically focus on going to American Home Shield for them to fix the bathtub thingy, and have whoever they send out next week to fix this thing that's still draining. Because obviously, if he put some more duct tape on it and it didn't work, then I don't know, but something has to get done. And I paid $200 something for 3 pieces of supplies and him driving and everything else, for 2 weeks later for it to drip. Oh, hell no. Something has to get done. Thank you.